from June to, because I want to tell you a lot about the first book that I decided to read it like the persecution. What's the word? The persecution. I don't know what's the word. My English is not my English, and it's the offense on assassins. No, right? No. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here in my channel. If you're new, hi and welcome. I'm very happy to see you here, and if you are not new, you already know who I am. Hi, welcome back to this new video. For today I have my summer wrap-up video. In case you don't know, I make one monthly wrap-up, I make a monthly wrap-up and a monthly TBR video throughout the whole year, besides during summer. What I do is I do one TBR at the beginning and one wrap-up at the end, and this is that wrap-up. I'm gonna be telling you every single book I read this summer, from the 1st of June till the 31st of August, aka today. And it is fucking crazy the amount of books I read this summer, because I read 29 books. I read 10 more books. I don't know how many books from last year, because I think last year I read 19, but like 29 books. That is almost 30, obviously. Like, that is insane to me. What do you mean I read 29 books in 3 months? Fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. And because this is going to be a very long video, I don't want to make a longer intro, so I hope you are excited. If you are, like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you're gonna notified when I post a brand new video. And now let's begin with the video, because I want to tell you so many things about all the books I have read, and that's gonna take a while. So let's begin with this video. The first couple of books that I want to talk about, I don't really remember, because I read I finished right at the beginning of June, and I do not remember a single thing about these books, but I want to talk about them because I did finish them and I did read them during summer, but I just don't remember because I didn't really like them. When I don't really like a book, or when a book is not really, life-changing for me, I tend to not remember what the book is about. Like, I don't remember a single thing about it. The first one is I'm Not Annie. I do not remember anything about the characters, anything about the story. I don't even remember the author of the book. I just remembered I read it, and that's it. So I can't really tell you much about that one. And the other one that I don't really remember much is this one book that is called If I Had $10. This is a book made for children. I don't remember that, and I don't remember it is about, different things that kids would do if they had $10. And I do not remember anything else. Like, I remember at the end, like, the moral of the story was that if they got $10 and they, shared it with their friends, all of them could get what they wanted, and they would, do something good for their friends or something. I don't remember a single thing. The only thing I remember is that the book is a kid's book. That's everything I remember, so I'm so sorry for that. But the next 4 books that I want to talk about are the Biography series by L. Kennedy. I read the Off-Campus series, I think it was in May when I read that series, and I read it in like a week. So I decided to read the Biography series in June because, it's the author series that the author has made. It's kind of related, and I did not like any of these books. I am filming outside, as you can probably tell, which means there's a lot of sound, and because I am not using my microphone, during the summer, I just a lot of things to prepare for just a video, or for a couple of videos I have been doing. I just decided not to use my microphone, which it would actually be very important for this specific video. But the thing is, I'm outside and there's a lot of noises, so I'm so sorry if you don't hear me well. The Briar series. So this series is about 4 hockey players. I just didn't like the books. I didn't like the characters. I mean, some of the characters are actually nicer than others, and I can tell you a rating of what like who's my favorite, and like how I would like put the books in order. If I had to put it from like my favorite one from my last one, I would probably put it on the screen so you can see that. A little intimation, all the ratings about the books I'm going to talk about are going to be on the screen, because I do not remember a single rating, but I will put them on the screen so you know what I rated the books. But you're gonna tell which ones I liked more, because I'm gonna talk about those books more than the ones I didn't like, obviously. So yeah, that is what I want to say. Close the intermission, like the parenthesis, it's closed now, so let's continue talking about the off-campus series. The thing is, I didn't like it. I didn't like the writing style. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like how some things are portrayed in the books. As I do remember, the last one talks like the girl in the last one is like a plus size, like me-sized girl, and that topic is not really prepared well. Like, it's not really well written or well involved in the story. And then the third one, I think it talks a lot about mental health, and it talks about it not well either. Like, they have potential. These books have a lot of potential, but they are very, very, very bad, made. The ideas are actually nice, and they are very good ideas, but how they were made and how they were created into the book and involved in the book, yeah, that was not well done. That was not well done at all. So I read the 4 books, so I could say that I have read all the L. Kennedy books, like all the Off Campus and all Briar U. I don't know if she has written more books. I don't know if I'm gonna read all those books that she has written that are not those, but I have read the Off Campus and the Briar U series, and I can say I have read them, and I can use that knowledge if I want to do like a sport romance, or if I want to talk like recommend romance or recommend romances that are like easy to read or something. But I'm not gonna use that knowledge much, because I do not remember a single thing about them, and I will probably need to read my notes on my book journal to remember what those books are about. So now that I have said all of that I felt it was like that, it feels like I have been just talking for 1,000 years about 3 books that I didn't like, 4 books, 5, I don't know how many books I have just talked about, but I didn't like them much, as you can tell. It is time to talk about the 3rd book from the A Good Girls Get to Murder series, which is called As Good as Dead, and the novella Killjoy by Holly Jackson. Oh my fucking god, those books are just marvelous. I want to kiss them, I want to hug them, I want to date them. I love them. Pippa and Ravi are my absolute favorite book couple. Like, I love them so much. In As Good as Dead, there's so many things going on. I thought I knew who was gonna be, the real killer from the first book. I was right, but then the plot twist was incredibly well done. I was not expecting that at all. It was so good. And the novella, it was not as good. I think it was a 3-star. I think it was like a mid book. Like, I liked it, but it was not that important for anything else in the story. And I have to say, I did read them before this show came out. So when the show came out on Netflix, I literally just binged watch it in like a day and a half. I loved it. I think it's a very well made a very well made, I don't know how to speak. My English is not Englishing today. The series is very well done. Like, the adaptation was made pretty good in my opinion. Like, I personally think it was very well written, and I really liked how the first season was made. And I have to say that I really want the novella to become part of one, like maybe an episode or part of an episode in one of the other, seasons, if they make more. Hopefully, I hope they don't cancel the show like Netflix did with Dead Boys Detectives, because I have been crying about that for years, not years, for like a week, because like not even a week. It has not even been a week. I think it has been like 3 days. But anyway, that's not what I'm here to talk about. That's a different thing. But I really liked this 3rd book a lot. It is not my favorite. I think my favorite is the 2nd one, which is the least favorite. Like, the first, I love the 2nd one, but the first one is so good. So good. Holly Jackson, I need to read more books from you. If you for some reason are watching this, hi, I love your books so much. I need to read more books from you. I don't want you to give me books for free. But if you want to, I can read them and, give you a video about it. This is me asking and manifesting. Again, this is just manifestation. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but I should just manifest it into the universe and into my YouTube channel, which is what I want. I want to create a cute community where we can all talk about different books and be safe around here. And I just want to create a fun community that likes to read and maybe also likes Formula One. Okay. The next book that I want to talk about is the fifth book from the Percy Jackson series. I don't remember the exact title, but the fifth book, the last one. I really liked it. It was not my favorite. I think I liked the fourth one more, but I liked the fifth one quite a lot. I like the story, I like the characters. It's just Percy Jackson. I feel like it is a very well-known series. There is a show now that I'm so excited to actually watch now, because I wanted to read all the series before I watched the show, even though the first season is only the first book, but I wanted to read it all. Now I can start the show, and the second season is coming out soon, so I can just binge watch the 2 seasons together. But I really liked it. I liked the development of the characters, like Percy's development, Annabelle's, like everyone's development is so nice. I really liked it. And yeah, that's I think everything I want to talk about Percy Jackson, because I have all the books that I like more that I want to really talk about. And that is another book that I read this summer. You guys, it is time for me to say this, even though you already probably know this, and if you don't, what the hell, how long have you been here? If you have not been here for much, hi, you're gonna go crazy about this, I think. And if you have been here for a while, you probably know this, and if you don't, you have not seen that video. But I have read the full ACOTAR series this summer. My goal was to read the full ACOTAR series this summer, and I read it in like a month and a half. Like all the books and the novella, all of it. I read it in month and a half, 2 months max. I don't even think it was 2 months, month and a half. And I have a whole video about it with spoilers on my channel right now, so you can go click on the eye or go into my channel and look for it. I made a 1-hour video just about ACOTAR. I read all the books, you have all the spoilers, everything is in that video, like all my thoughts, all the spoilers, everything is there. I'm not going to talk about it much, but I liked it. I have to say, I liked the books. I'm not a hardcore fan, not at all, but I liked it. It was a fun series. I really liked the writing style. I really liked the development of the characters. It was a very well written series. I understand the hype. I think it's a bit overhyped in TikTok, but I understand it. I understand the hype and I understand why people like it. And I can say I liked the books. My favorite was the third one. I don't know if that is controversial, but the third one, ACOWAR, my absolute favorite, my baby. I loved it so much. So that is what I want to say about ACOTAR. I don't want to talk about it much, because again, I have 1-hour video on my channel that has everything on it, like my thoughts, spoilers, everything. Again, go watch it if you haven't, and if you are new, hi, you can go also watch it if you want. So now that I have said that I read the full ACOTAR series, let's talk about a couple other books that I read that are not very long. They were actually pretty short, that I read on my ebook. So the first book that I want to talk about is How to Be a Parisian, and this book is literally a guide on how to be a Parisian, how to pretend to be from Paris. If you want to go and you want to pretend you're from there, so you don't look like you're if you don't want to look like you're not from, if you want to pretend you're from there, that is literally a guide. It was a pretty mid book. I read it for a video that you will see, I don't know when, but it was pretty mid. I liked it, it was fine, whatever, like I read it, fine. The next one is one that is called Crush, and I actually really enjoyed it. I cannot tell you what it is about because I don't even know, but you know this feeling of reading a book that you don't know what is going on, but you're enjoying it. That is what happened with me and Crush. I liked it, yes. Can I tell you what it's about? No. But I liked it, and it reminded me a lot of this one scene from one show that I also like. I read that book for a video as well, so I will talk about that in that video. But it was so nice to read, and it's like, oh my god, this reminds me of this. But I liked it. It was fun. I think I read it 4 stars. It was actually pretty decent. It has like a lot of poems, like short poems, and like just tells you experiences from love, experiences of different ways of loving, and it's just, I don't know how to explain what it's about, but I really liked it, and you should definitely read it. It's like 60 pages long. It's not long at all, like super short, easy to read. I really enjoyed it, but I can't tell you what it's about because I cannot really know, but I just liked it. Again, this is feeling of like, I liked it, but I don't know why, but I liked it. And I also read the book Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I read the first book, only the first book, and I really liked it. I have to say, this is one of the times that I have seen the movie first before reading the book, and I liked it. It was fun. I really liked how the book focuses a lot on the characters and how they are, how they act. I really liked the book, and because I really liked the movie, I was like, there's no way I'm not gonna like it, and I did like it. It was not the best book ever, but I did like the book, and I want to continue with the series. But I read that one for a video as well, so you will see that video. Like, some of these books I read for the same video, so you will see that eventually. But I did like it, and it was fun, and I liked it. I cannot really tell you what it's about. It's just about this girl that's called Miss Peregrine, who has a house. Like, it's like kind of an orphanage for kids that are peculiar, as the title says. Like, they have different, like, not magic powers, like powers, but they are like a bit different. Maybe one can speak with specific with animals. One has this like half monster within her. It's just weird. One can fly, but because it's like a balloon, it's just, they're not normal kids. And she has this orphanage for those people because these kids were killed ages ago, so she created this like safe place so they can all live happily and safe. And it was just very nice. And the main character is supposed to be one, but he doesn't understand why or how or anything. So it's just, it's a very interesting book. I really liked it. It was very fun, and like, I would say this is YA. I would consider this book YA, but maybe I'm just saying the very weird thing. So if you don't consider this book a YA book, it's completely fine. Okay, fine. Please don't for me, right? Like, don't me, please. Thank you. Okay. And it is time for me to talk about Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This is one of the 5 stars that I have given this year. I loved Powerless so much, and this book, it gave me what's it called? The Hunger Games vibes. And this book is about this girl who is pretending to be not ordinary, because the ordinary people are killed or something like that. I don't really remember that, but she's pretending to not be ordinary and to have these like powers that she doesn't have, so she's not killed. And she has to go into these like games, kind of like the games in Hunger Games, kind of. And she has to go there and try not to die, basically. And the other main character, like, that's a girl, and the guy is the brother of the future king, so like the brother of the higher, and he's like a knight, kind of. And they meet, and there's a lot of they kind of like each other. I think there's a lot of tension between them, which is such a great thing to read. Like, I was freaking out. It was like, wow, this is so well written. It is so interesting, so catchy, and because there's a lot of tension, you want to know what's happening with them, so you continue reading. It is so good. I loved it. 5 stars. Mwah. Love. I need to read Reckless. I need to read Powerful. I need to read the full series when it's out. Lauren Roberts, I love your book so much. And the other book that I want to talk about is Dracula, because I loved it as well. It was not a 5 star, but I really liked it. Dracula, in case you don't know what that book is written by Bram Stoker, and he is a Irish author, and it is like a classic book. I think everyone has heard about Dracula. If you haven't read the book, you have heard of Dracula and what he does. The book is about this guy called Jonathan, who is trying to sell this house from London to this one guy in Transylvania. So he goes there, and everyone in the town is like, be careful, you should not go there, blah blah blah. And he's like, no, it's gonna be fine. And it's because Dracula is he's a vampire, and he wants to kill people. But you see how he acts around Jonathan, and you cannot unsee it. Dracula is gay. And we're okay with it. We love it. We love Dracula. He's so great. And then Jonathan, it kind of dies, but not really. And then there's a lot of parts about the wife and her relationship with the people around London. It is a very interesting book. It is written in like a journal form, and I was not expecting that. I really liked it. But yeah, I read Dracula and I loved it. It was so good, and it was not a 5 star, but it was almost a 5 star. It was so good. Enjoyed it so much. And if everything that I have said about Dracula until now has not made you want to get the book and read it, let me tell you that I made 5 different kids be obsessed with Dracula, and all the kids were between 3 and 5 year olds. Like, they were all very little kids, like, again, 5, 6, 7 years old, and I made them all be obsessed with Dracula. Like, for a week, everything they could talk about or everything they asked me was Dracula. So if I made a 5, 6, 7 year olds, 4 years old kids want to read and want to know about Dracula, I think that is a very good reason for you to pick up the book. because that is so, is that good that I made kids want to read it, and they can't even read it because they don't, most of them don't even know how to read properly English. So like, imagine, obsessed with Dracula. Great book, loved it. Let's get into the next book because I still have quite a few to go. The next two books I want to talk about are Sir Orfeo and The Pearl. These two I read for a video that is already up on my channel if you want to go see it. And in these two books I read about, I don't even remember. There are two different books from the medieval era, and the translation was made by the author from The Lord of the Rings. In case you don't know, that is J.R. Tolkien. I don't know the titles now, but he translated these books from medieval English. I read them in medieval English, so they were very hard for me to read. But I really like The Pearl more than Sir Orfeo. The Pearl is about this pearl and how people want to get the pearl because it's like so precious. And I really liked how in medieval era all of it was like, all the writing style they had was very basic, all very like music sounding, like a lot of rhymes. That was very nice, but again, it was medieval English. It was a bit hard for me to read and I didn't really understand it, but I loved it. I have to say I really enjoyed reading The Pearl. Sir Orfeo was not as like interesting for me, I guess, but I read both for this video, again up in my channel. It's on the eye, so it's fine, but I read the both and they were okay. They were fine. They were like 3 stars. Meat books, fine, okay. I also read another classic this year, and this summer, and I read Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. That book I was obsessed since page 1, or since the page that it says the book is all about a bet. So there's this like group of friends, right? All English. That is important to say. All of them are English, and they are like talking about stuff. And one of them goes and says, "It's impossible for you to give, to go around the world in a specific amount of time with, having to get planes, not even planes, with like trains and with buses and with like all like the things that we have, like the transportation. It is impossible." And this guy goes and says, "You sure? I'm gonna do it in 79. And I was like, "Oh really? You bet." And they bet on it, and they did it, and it was so good, and I enjoyed it, and it was good. I really liked it. It's a classic, so I feel like once in a while it is good. I like to pick up some classics to get more knowledge and to be more informed about the important books in literature, and this one is good. Very good book, really liked it, and it was easy to read for me, I guess. It was like, yeah, it's fine. I loved it. I have to read a couple more classics from Jules Verne, however you call it. A couple more just classics in general, but this one was fine. I really liked it. And talking about classics, I also read To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. I didn't like that one. I don't know why. I was expecting so much because my favorite books, 2 of my favorite books are Orlando by Virginia Woolf and A Room of One's Own, also by Virginia Woolf. So I was expecting so much from To the Lighthouse because everyone says that's the best book she has. I don't understand that. I didn't like it. I thought it was very boring, very slow. I understand why the book is titled that, but I didn't like it. It was very slow. Like the action was so slow. It's just like, I don't care. I'm not interested in it. But I read it and it was fine. But like, it was not really fine. Again, like, I didn't really like it. But then I read another book from her that is called Jacob's Room, and that was her redemption book. I really liked that one, and the book is about Jacob's Room. It's about this kid called Jacob and how he grows, and you see him grow, and just how you see here his character development. You see he's like him in different points of his life and how he develops as a person, and I really liked that one. And he learned so much stuff, and I really liked that one. For me, that is her redemption book. But my favorite will always be Orlando, because that is just mwah. So yeah, that is another 2 classics that I read this summer. We are getting to the end of this video. Next 3 books that I want to talk about are 3 books that I read for this video right here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to put all the videos that I want to put in the eye, but I read 3 books for a video where I read weird fan fiction weird books that people have written. I don't know why, and they exist. You can buy them on Amazon. I figured, like, it's weird, and I read the 3 of them because I got the idea from a friend from Twitter. So I did that video and I read these 3 books I'm going to talk about. The first one is called Unhinged. The second one is called Stuffed, and the third one is called Kissing the Coronavirus. And all of them are incredibly bad written. The stories are shit. Everything is bad about them. So do not read them. I literally made the video so you don't have to read those books because I already did. But you can go and watch the video if you want to enjoy yourself by my pain. It was just traumatic. Like the unhinged one is this girl who falls in love with Door. No, vice versa. This man who is supposed to be a door, like he's a door, he becomes a man so he can fall in love with the girl, and she, it's just, I'm not gonna talk about that, it's just bad. Then Stuffed is about this pillow that is in love with the girl that uses him to masturbate. I don't know if I can say that word, but if I will probably do something so you can really hear that word, but whatever. And that is so bad. And then the other one, the Kissing the Coronavirus one, is this girl in STEM who's trying to get a cure for the coronavirus. And guess what? The friend, like the colleague, tries the cure because he has a coronavirus. Now he becomes a coronavirus, but you see the cover, and it is literally a mix between the Hulk and Jason Derulo. It's just no. Those 3 books were terrible. Hell no. Didn't like them. I do no. Don't read them. Go watch the video if you want to go see my pain and my trauma. But no, do not read them. I read them for you, so you don't have to. And the last 2 books that I want to talk about are the first 2 books from the Fawcett trilogy by Robin Hobb. I'm currently reading the 3rd one, but I'm not going to be able to read it, until the end of September, so that book is going to go into my September wrap-up. But I did read the first 2 books during summer, so let me tell you about them. The first one is called Assassin's Apprentice, and the second one is Royal Assassin. And everything is, like, all the series is about this guy who's a bastard in this royal family, like medieval era, like kind of like with magic, but like medieval era. And he, instead of being like pushed away from the kingdom, the royal family decides to make him learn how to be an assassin so they can use him. So it has a lot to do with politics. And I did made reading vlogs about these 2 books, so you can go check them out on my YouTube channel as well. I don't have them up right now, but they will be this week. Like this week, both of the first and the second one are coming. So subscribe if you want to see those books, like those reading vlogs about those books. But I did enjoy them so much. I read them in like a week and a half, both. They are so good. The first one is 300 pages, the second one is 600, and it is all about, the first one is about the guy learning how to be an assassin and doing these tasks of him trying to, kill people, or just learning how to be an assassin. And in the second one, there's a lot of more things going on with like a romantic relationship, and there's like a war and ships, and this one character disappearing, and kind of like people dying. It has a lot to do, but I really enjoyed both of them. Again, the reading vlogs are going to be in my channel this week, both of them, and the 3rd reading vlog, like the reading vlog of the 3rd book, will be up next week, so subscribe if you want to see all of them. Yeah, I think those are, those are all. I did have my cheat sheet, so I can tell you all of those are the books, and there are 29. And what the hell, like, how did I read 29? I don't know, but I enjoyed it so much. It was one of the best times I've had, to be honest. I enjoyed it so much, and so many things are coming this week, and not this week, this month, this year. I have so many things planned. I'm so excited for you to see them all. So I hope you enjoyed this very long video of me just yapping about books. I wish I could have shown you, but I have all of them in my house, besides Dakotar because they're not mine, but I have them all in my house, like back in the city, and I just have to put the photos up here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed me jumping for a while. I hope you had fun. If you did, like, subscribe, turn the notifications so you get notified when I post a brand new video. And again, if you want to see the videos and the reading vlogs about the Fawcett trilogy, they're gonna come out this week. So subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you on the next video, and thank you for watching. Bye!